Every game has a score. But the real story, it lives beyond the numbers. Welcome to Beyond the Box Score, where we break down the plays, expose the strategies, and reveal the hidden edges the sportsbooks don't want you to know. If you think you've seen the game, think again. Tonight at Great American Ballpark, the Cincinnati Reds 68-66 square off against the St. Louis Cardinals 65-69 in a showdown where value glows brightest when structure is tight and props are powerful. Let's ignite this with the facts and fire. Starting pitchers and analytics. Pulling the rubber for the Cardinals is Matthew Liberatore, 6'11", 4.27 ERA, 1.29 WHIP, a lefty known for inducing soft contact and getting crafty outs despite his inflated ERA. Across his last 5 starts, he's posted a 3.85 ERA, indicating home splits are much better than his season average. For the Reds, Zach Littell, 9'8", 3.62 ERA, 1.14 WHIP, will toe the rubber. He's been clean, limiting opponents to a .240 batting average over his last stretch, making him a strong structure arm anchoring the early frames. ESPN Analytics gives the Reds a 59.4% win probability, validating the home advantage despite public odds-leaning Cardinals. Bullpen and leverage environments. Cincinnati's bullpen ranks in the top third of the league for inherited runner efficiency and ERA, while St. Louis's later relievers have cracked under pressure, trending above league average in whip and long balls allowed. This gap creates an edge. Any tight game tilts toward the Reds, and cross-script props become lethal. Offensive splits and player profiles. On offense, the Cardinals rely on contact and discipline. Alec Burleson, .288 AVG, and Wilson Contreras, 19 HR, 73 RBI, offer moderate pop. The Reds counter with Elly De La Cruz, 19 HR, 77 RBI, .272 AVG, a true risk-reward weapon capable of increasing run tempo and igniting haphazard inning swings. Betting market trends and angles. Pick Dogs identifies key leverage spots. The Cardinals are 1-4 in their last 5-day games after a loss, while the Reds have covered in 7 of their last 8 as underdogs. Totals have trended over heavily. 8 of the Cardinals' last 11 games went over, while Reds' day games against NL Central foes went under 24 of the last 30. Notably, first inning under 0.5 runs has hit in most recent day meetings. Football parallels show lean sharpness edges when day team home matches land under the radar. Look at FanDuel or Action Network marketplaces, ML leans tight. This becomes a classic SLA, structure, lean anchor, versus upside leg dynamic. That's where props matter. Player prop value plays. Contreras anytime HR. Solid value bet with power leverage and soft contact mat. De La Cruz over 1.5 total bases, opportunity in his approach and typically weak Cardinals relievers. Liberatore under 5.5 kiloseconds, his ground ball, contact-oriented style doesn't push strikeout ceilings. Little over 5.5 kiloseconds, Reds' offensive chase-heavy tendencies match his whiff potential, ideal correlation. Decorated SGP, parlay blueprint. Leg 1. Reds ML plus odds structure, home field advantage, and bullpen superiority. Leg 2. Over 8.5 total runs, trend aligned, high variance, in-game fuel potential. Leg 3. Little over 5.5 kiloseconds, correlated upside with team chase rate. Leg 4. Contreras HR, dream high payoff upside leg. If you want lean, Reds ML plus over 8.5 runs, covers both structure and profit. Want more juice? Add De La Cruz over 1.5 terabytes, firepower builder that connects well if Reds catch early heat. Game script projection. Little whistles early Ks, Reds open with crooked runs. Contreras answers with home run salute mid-frames. Liberatore grinds but cracks under repeated offense. Reds bullpen holds tight, Cardinals relievers collapse late. Total balloons to 9-10, ML. Stands, props cash. That's beyond the box score logic in motion. Tonight, at Nationals Park, the Tampa Bay Rays 64-69 invade to play the Washington Nationals 53-80. With Tommy Pham suspended and both teams navigating late-season fatigue, this series opener is a goldmine for bettors who spot mismatch dynamics and prop angles hidden in plain sight. Tonight's pitching matchup features Adrian Houser, 7-4, 2.88 ERA, 1.29 WHIP, for the Rays, a lefty who quietly induces soft contact and has posted a high ground ball rate over the past month. On the other side, Mitchell Parker, 7-14, approximately 6.01 ERA, approximately 1.49 WHIP, draws a brutal cliff, not just in numbers, but in the trajectory of command and confidence. This figures to be a one-sided duel, despite the Nationals fighting for pride on their home field. Hauser's paint and pace create value for underexposure if the Rays lean tacit offense, or MLB strength if they go to work early. Over the past 5 games, the Nationals are 0-5, including a poor 1-4 record against the spread, but have covered in 37-31 of their road games ATS. Intriguing split, but the runs chart up their heads warn that WSHT isn't the team to build rallies from right now. Value exists, just not on Nationals ML. Meanwhile, the Rays as favorites have won 34 of 59 times, while Washington has managed just 3-11 when favored, a glaring arrow pointing toward fade zones. The team stats are telling. Tampa Bay hits .251, averaging 4.5 runs, with a firm 3.96 ERA and solid defense. Washington lags at .243, only 4.2 runs, and an ugly 5.38 team ERA with inflated WHIP. That disparity suggests edges in both run suppression and offensive confidence for the Rays. Bullpen contrast is stark. Rays pen near league average performance, ranked around the middle in inherited run prevention. Nationals bullpen is a PR nightmare, vulnerable to fly ball risk, ballooning counts, and HR-prone late frames. That means punishment potential exists late if anything breaks middle innings. Player prop angles. Adrian Houser over 5.5 kiloseconds. With a strikeout-heavy slider and Nats chase rates, this is premium K potential. Mitchell Parker under 4.5 kiloseconds. His elevated career ERA and high WHIP ignite limited upside. Junior Caminero anytime hour. Leading the team with 39 hour and nearly .260 AVG, his pull-heavy approach screams pop. James Wood 1+ hit. A steady OBP option, plenty of bridge leverage. Yandy Diaz over .270 AVG or total bases, contact plus OBP logic, valuable in tight count scripts. SGP, parlay blueprint. Leg 1 Rays ML -145, clean anchor with front-end startup edge. Leg 2 under 8.5 total runs, limited scoring environment brewing, pitching mismatch and knock fatigue. Leg 3 Houser over 5.5 kiloseconds, swing and miss ceiling versus a middling contact team. Leg 4 Caminero hour, massive upside for power bat in vulnerable counts. Lean play. Rays ML plus under 8.5 runs is a structure ticket, low variance, high reward. For higher odds, add James Wood 1+ hitter Yandy Diaz over AVG for downward run correlation. Game flow projection. Houser commands early, mixes FB slider, keeps Nats off balance. Caminero slams a solo in middle frames. Nationals scratch a run via contact. Parker flounders mid-inning, bullpen melts. Under holds, props cash, and poor success. Tonight at Citizens Bank Park, the Atlanta Braves 61-72 take on the Philadelphia Phillies 76-57 as the series reaches its peak tension. This matchup drips with profit potential, high leverage props, starter misdirection, bullpen mismatch edges, and structural value buried beneath the odds. Pitching matchup and analytics. The Braves send Cal Quantrill, 4'11", 5.51 ERA, to the mound. a veteran prone to early trouble, vulnerable to high-contact exploits and HR risk. Meanwhile, the Phillies counter with Aaron Nola 2-7, 6.52 ERA, an ace deeply out of sync, but still has enough command to lock down middle innings when on. ESPN's prediction engine still gives Philadelphia a healthy win probability around 63.6%, reflecting home advantage and ceiling difference. Quantrill's season has been brutal. He's failed to deliver quality starts, 1 in 25 games. Nola, otherwise elite, has been demoralized by command loss and fade. Both teams seek structure from underappreciated variables, like bullpen depth and park factors. Bullpen and leverage dynamics. Philadelphia's relief core ranks in the top tier for inherited run efficiency and spin suppression. Atlanta's bullpen, in contrast, is leaky, high whip, poor swing and miss, and meltdown risk. That tilts value toward tight Yankees-like team total and props that benefit from overexposure late. Offensive profiles and trends. The Braves' lineup has middling ops .683 with symptoms of slashing inconsistency, yet Matt Olson 20-hour and dynamic options like Marcell Ozuna lift ceiling. The Phillies, beside crushing offense, are elite at home, hitting .256 average overall and ramping RBIs through Schwarber's 45-hour and Turner's contact upside. Betting market insights. BetMGM's models project Phillies minus 200 megaliters with an over-under at 9.5 runs. The line acknowledges the offensive lull around Quantrill, but doesn't account for Nola's collapse risk. Braves plus 1.5 runs are priced at minus 115, decent fade structure value. Pick Dogs identifies a sharp angle. Phillies are 10 for 10 at home following a loss, reinforcing their bounce-back archetype tonight. Player prop angles. Schwarber anytime hour. 45 homers and elite pull power make this standout. Turner over 1.5 total bases. Contact lead upside with high OBP floor versus rebuilding command. Quantrill under 5.5 kiloseconds. Contact-heavy road silhouette suggests ceiling low, rich value if books overline. Nola over 4.5 kiloseconds. Braves chase relentlessly. Nola can induce swings with choked at-bats. SGP, parlay blueprint. Leg 1 Phillies ML, minus 200, anchor play. Value edge built from lineup structure and park advantage. Leg 2 under 9.5 total runs. Suppression logic via poor pitching, bullpen closure, contact units. Leg 3 Nola over 4.5 kiloseconds. Hidden strikeout upside versus aggressive hitters. Leg 4 Schwarber hour. Potential game-shifting caveman blast. Lean parlay. Phillies ML plus under 9.5. Clean foundation, safe edge. Juiced version. Add Turner TB over for cross-structural correlation. Projected game flow. Nola pitches safely. Misses bats mid-game, builds K foundation. Phillies score early via Schwarber or Turner. Quantrill sprays 3 to 4 runs. Braves pen leaks. Game stays tight. Phillies ML stands. Under cashes. Props align. Tonight at Rogers Center, the Toronto Blue Jays 77-55 host the Milwaukee Brewers 82-52 in a critical late-season duel, where playoff positioning, postseason paths, and clubhouse confidence are on the line. But if you're here for the betting edge, the real value lies in shallow insight and sharp structure. Pitching matchup and analytics. The Jays send Matt Gage, 4-6, 3.93 ERA, to the mound. He's pitched just 8 career innings at Rogers, but scouts note a high spin slider that can strike out over aggressive Miller and Contreras types. His floor is control-focused, though his ceiling is moderate. Milwaukee fires Brent Suter, 0-0, 3.38 ERA, a soft-tossing lefty who thrives on ground ball leverage and mix efficiency. Oddsmakers split their line nearly. 650s for the Brewers as home favorites, suggesting no clear advantage but subtle tilt toward ground ball containment. Pick Dogs models peg Toronto's win probability at 52%, hedged by their lefty-light lineup. OddsShark.com, MLB.com, PickDogs.com. Bullpen dynamics. Milwaukee's bullpen pride rides on high K upside, low HR rate, and inherited run squeezers, especially with Devin Williams back adding late-game heat. Toronto's bullpen is more variable, 4 relievers each with ERA north of 4.50 and below average K rates. That tilts high-leverage landing zones toward the Brewers in tight games. ActionNetwork.com. Offensive profiles and trends. The Jays hold a large offensive edge, .272 AVG, near top ops powered at the bottom by Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and George Springer. Their contact discipline against lefties is elite. The Brewers lean power heavy with Christian Yelich, 26-hour, and William Contreras, but strike out often and walk infrequently. Their offense lives or dies by speed and power mix. PickDogs trend framing highlights Toronto's 9-2 ATS as underdogs in tight spots this month, while Milwaukee's favored under duress spots have delivered 40% plus return on overs, a sign that structured props might outperform side bets tonight. Betting market angles. With total hovering between 8 and 8.5 runs, models indicate splitting verdict. Sportsbooks track public money on Brewers ML, approximately 60% handle, but sharp money trends push toward Blue Jays plus 1.5 at plus 100, especially if lefty leverage is undervalued. Action Network lists this as one of their top fade favorite plays tonight. FanDuel.com. Player prop highlights. Matt Gage over 5.5 kiloseconds, capable of swing and miss ceilings if he contemporizes his slider rhythm. Suitor under 5.5 kiloseconds, relies on soft contact. Blue Jays chase fastballs at rates exceeding 28%. Bo Bichette 2+ total bases, high contact bat facing a contact-based formula, ideal for correlation. Contreras anytime HR, Milwaukee power source with pull pop, high upside in zero-run coverage. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., over 1.5 terabytes, acceleration off the bat makes this a smart mid-tier upside leg. SGP, parlay blueprint. Leg 1 Blue Jays plus 1.5, structure anchor, soft favorite with home field value. Leg 2 under 8.5 total runs, pitcher control and bullpen leverage push toward a suppressed scoring environment. Leg 3 Gage over 5.5 kiloseconds, high upside in a chase-prone park dynamic. Leg 4 Bichette over 1.5 total bases, correlated steady bat value. Lean ticket. Blue Jays plus 1.5 plus under 8.5 runs, tight variance, high ROI potential. High juice addition. Contreras HR, plus money upside with power correlation. Projected game flow. Gage strikes early. Toronto builds leverage via Bichette or Guerrero blasts. Suitor falters middle frames. Reliever gas wanes. Brewers scratch solo tally maybe, but bullpen is shut down on both sides. Under becomes story. ML viable, props fire. That's controlled edge play, not longshot rush. Tonight at Progressive Field, the Seattle Mariners 72-62 host the Cleveland Guardians 66-66, and this matchup is loaded with edge and narrative arcs that rare scripts can exploit. The Mariners are on the fringes of the AL playoff race, anchored by a surging offense, while Cleveland is fighting for relevance, riding sharp bullpen form and high-contact offense. But the true betting value lies in structure, prop leverage, and watering down the chalk with smart correlation. Pitching matchup and analytics. Seattle relies on George Kirby, 8-6, 4.05 ERA, 97 kiloseconds, a control arm who suppresses power and limits damage despite a moderate ERA, especially strong at home with underwhelming walk rates. Cleveland counters with Logan Allen, 7-10, 4.35 ERA, 1.43 whip, a lefty more vulnerable to mistakes but capable of length if he avoids the third time through penalty. ESPN's predictive models tilt Seattle as the favorite, giving them approximately 58% win probability. Bullpen and leverage landscape. Seattle's pen ranks in the middle of the league, featuring strikeout depth and inherited run efficiency, perfect for maintaining tight frames if Kirby exits early. Cleveland's bullpen is erratic, with spikes in hours allowed and control inconsistency. That creates angles favoring over in matchups with middle leverage chaos and team total volatility. Offensive splits and player profiles. Seattle drenches with power from Cal Raleigh, 50-hour, and reliable hits from J.P. Crawford and Julio Rodriguez. Their aggressive offense injects momentum quickly. Cleveland stays grounded on contact, led by Jose Ramirez, .284 AVG, 26 HR, and Steven Kwan, both reliable in run production when structure aligns. Betting market and sharp trends. Bleacher Nation trends show the Guardians are 33-20 when listed as a moneyline favorite, 62.3% conversion rate, while Seattle wins 55.7% as favorites themselves. That balance creates a soft pivot rather than obvious bias. Public money splits shift value to smart props like team totals and player overs. Sports Grid tracks over in 4 of the Guardians' last 6 road games, showing correlation between their offense and allowed scoring, making team totals and overs units profitable when structured correctly. Prop flashpoints. Here are key props grounded in projection and matchup logic. George Kirby over 5.5 kiloseconds. Control with chase inducing off speed. Cleveland's chase rates support high K volume. Logan Allen under 5.5 kiloseconds. Ground ball specialist with low strikeout ceiling. Cal Raleigh anytime HR, 50 home run threat with pull power in a favorable matchup. Jose Ramirez over 1.5 total bases, consistent barrel presence in low variance frames. Julio Rodriguez over 1.5 terabytes, high contact, high chase leverage increases correlation when run suppression is likely. Structuring your SGP parlay. Leg 1 Rangers ML edit. Mariners ML core anchor with rationale, power offensive, clean pitching edge. Leg 2 over 8.5 total runs, high leverage setup, both sides can unlock with loosening screws. Leg 3 Kirby over 5.5 kiloseconds, value K leg with Cleveland chase based ceiling. Leg 4 Raleigh hour, firepower anchor, high reward. Lean ticket. Mariners ML plus over 8.5 runs, tight structural edge, high success rate. Juiced ad. Ramirez over TB, correlation with offense in run bear context. Game flow scenario. Kirby moves through early frames, missing barrels and drawing chase. Mariners open with crooked runs via home run or multi-run knock. Allen fights but gaps appear. Guardians scratch runs via Ramirez. Mariners pen locks it down. Total lands over. ML stands, props align and cash out. Tonight at Fenway Park, the Boston Red Sox 74-60 host the Pittsburgh Pirates 59-75 in a matchup dripping with edge hidden beneath surface lopsidedness. Let's uncover that edge. Pitching matchup and advanced analysis. Taking the mound for Boston is Dustin May, 7-10. 4.79 ERA, 1.38 WHIP, a high upside righty whose fastball slider mix underperforms surface ERA metrics. He holds a much sharper rookie year track locked in. Opposing him, Pittsburgh turns to Mike Burrows, 1-4, 4.23 ERA, 1.24 WHIP, a young arm flashing strikeout upside but still shaping command. Prior trends note the Red Sox win 59.7% of games as ML favorites this season. Bullpen strength and leverage. Boston's bullpen, led by flame-throwing closer Aroldis Chapman, ranks significantly higher in K% and inherited run suppression compared to Pittsburgh's shaky relief staff, which has struggled with control and hours, creating structural advantage for tight, under-leaning scripts. Offensive splits and player profiles. Boston thrives with Alex Bregman, .298 AVG, .384 OBP, .517 SLG, and Jarren Duran, .258 AVG, .444 SLG, bringing average and power. Pittsburgh leans on Brian Reynolds .246 AVG, .411 SLG, and electric upside from O'Neal Cruz 18 HR, though pairing volume with approach concerns. Betting trends and angles. Action Network lines show Red Sox as consistent winners, 4-1 in last 5, 37-30 on the road ATS, while Pirates falter as underdogs, winning just 41.1% of those contests. Moreover, props lean intriguing. The first inning team total under shows historical value in these day-heat games, and Pirates have trended to the illuminated expo of chase upsides at Fenway. Player prop picks. Bregman anytime hour. Top-tier bat with matchup juice against a rookie bullpen. Duran over 1.5 total bases. High contact, high OBP threat in any script. Burrows under 5.5 kiloseconds. Contact operator, control may limit K ceiling. May over 5.5 kiloseconds. Plus slider against chase-heavy Pirates lineup, elite value. SGP, parlay setup. Leg 1 Red Sox ML, -200 range, home edge, ceiling offense, bullpen control. Leg 2 under 8.5 total runs. Control scripts, pitching mismatch. Leg 3 May over 5.5 kiloseconds. Sharp strikeout upside, high correlation with understructure. Leg 4 Bregman hour. Big reward bat to tilt ticket for structured liability. Lean version. Red Sox ML plus under 8.5, low variance, high efficiency. High upside addition. Duran TB over 1.5, adds firepower to stack. Projected game flow. May paces early, misses bats. Bregman or Duran rifles crooked runs. Burrows struggles with count, cracks. Pirates pen crumbles. Under holds, ML locks, props ignite. Tonight at Citi Field, the New York Mets 72-61 take the field against the Miami Marlins 62-71, with high stakes lurking under the late summer lights. The betting boards may show the Mets as favorites, but the real opportunity lies in deep prop edges, rookie volatility, and smart structure play. Pitching matchup and analytics. For the Mets, on the bump is Jonah Tong, a rising star making his major league debut after torching AA and AAA with a 1.43 ERA, 40.5% K rate, and just 2 homers in over 113 innings. His mid-90s heat and devastating changeup mix game planning with the Marlins' overmatched lineup, a perfect storm of value. Yuri Perez counters for Miami, boasting a 6-3 record with a strong 3.44 ERA and reopening after Tommy John recovery. His grounder induction and return to form offer a baseline ceiling. Models give the Mets approximately 56.6% win probability in this matchup. Bullpen East vs. West. New York's pen is stellar, led by Edwin Diaz, reliever of the month in late summer and dominant in high-leverage shutdowns. Miami's bullpen, while improving, still leaks late, especially against power teams. That calls for lean under targeted totals with upside in condensed scoring bars. Offensive matchups and trends. The Mets boast a power-packed lineup. Juan Soto with 32-hour and Pete Alonso driving 106 RBIs this season, shaping a lethal pull-heavy profile that exploits lefty volatility. The Marlins push via Kyle Stower's 25-hour and contact control from Ramirez and Kwan, but deeper metrics point to mid-tier OBP and scatter production. Betting angles and value levers. As per Fox Sports, the Mets open as heavy moneyline favorites, around -255, with total set at 8.5 runs, and under -100 showing betting skepticism on high scoring. FanDuel trends show Mets are 11-1 as large favorites this season, underscored dominance. Pick dog spotlights in-game edge. Marlins as underdogs have gone over totals in 4 of their last 5. And first inning over 0.5 runs hits consistently in home matchups. Prop picks and angles. Jonah Tong over 5.5 kiloseconds. Elite minor league K rates and aggressive chase dynamics suit this perfectly. Yuri Perez under 5.5 kiloseconds. predictable contact pitcher with control exhaust service, lower ceiling. Juan Soto anytime hour. Power bat aligns with structure and high leverage misfire spots. Pete Alonso over 1.5 total bases. Inside roller prioritizes value on contact and power correlation. Kyle Stowers over 0.5 hits. Stable production anchor for Marlins offensive base. SGP, parlay layout. Leg 1 Mets ML. Anchor based on home lineup advantage and bullpen dominance. Leg 2 under 8.5 total runs. Tight control, pitching mismatch, and disciplined arms align here. Leg 3 Jonah Tong over 5.5 kiloseconds. Locked structure bet with showstopper upside. Leg 4 Juan Soto hour. Explosive upside packed into a controlled script. Lean option. Mets ML plus under 8.5 runs. Low variance, high ROI. High juice ad. Alonso TB over 1.5 for bigger lift. Game script outlook. Tong dazzles early with swing and miss arsenal. Mets scratch runs via Soto. Perez holds middle innings, but Mets pen locks it shut. Marlins manage a crooked run late, but not enough. Total stays under 8.5. Props and ML align. Tonight at Guaranteed Rate Field, the New York Yankees 73-60 visit the Chicago White Sox 48-85. At first glance, this looks like another Yankees blowout, but sharp bettors dig deeper. When structure, prop nuance, and volatility intersect, value lies in the details. Pitching matchup and analytics. The Yankees will throw Carlos Rodon, 14-7, 3.24 ERA, 1.07 whip, a left-hander riding peak form. Despite a high-profile contract, he's delivering elite command and missing bats with his devastating two-seam and off-speed arsenal. The White Sox counter with Yoendrys Gomez, 3-1, 4.73 ERA, 1.48 whip, a rookie flamethrower whose opportunity exceeded his polish. He's raw, aggressively downhill, and prone to mistakes. ESPN gives New York a 65.2% win probability, validating both the needle and their mound advantage. Bullpen dynamics and leverage. New York's bullpen is deep, experienced, and K-heavy, trustworthy in tight frames. Chicago's arm room, by contrast, ranks in the bottom third overall, high whip, low K rate, and volatile leverage performance. That tilts value toward Yankees team totals and structural props tied to tight game control. Offensive profiles and splits. Aaron Judge .323 AVG, .439 OBP, .668 SLG, 41-hour anchors the Yankees, but Rodon's command keeps opposing barrels at bay. For Chicago, Lenyn Sosa .270 AVG, .437 SLG, 17-hour shows pop, but doesn't shift narratives against elite execution. Betting trends and market angles. Pick dogs-led models show Yankees are 10-5 Sioux in their last 15 road games versus White Sox, and 6-0 Sioux in their last 6 road matchups overall. The total has gone over in 9 of Yankees' last 11 games, pointing to market expectancy around explosion rather than damp tone. At the same time, historical data shows White Sox games often go under against AL East opponents at home, offering counterbalance weight amid volatility. Player prop angles. Carlos Rodon over 6.5 strikeouts, elite K upside versus aggressive contact profiles. Yoendrys Gomez under 4.5 strikeouts, contact-prone rookie with limited K profile. Aaron Judge anytime HR, best power bat in the lineup versus raw arm under pressure. Lenyn Sosa over 0.5 hits, consistent contact bat, useful hedge piece. Juan Soto over 1.5 total bases, disciplined elite OBP profile in controlled script. SGP, parlay blueprint. Leg 1 Yankees ML, -200. Clean anchor. Superior pitcher, bullpen, and power lineup. Leg 2 over 8.5 total runs. Rodon vs. rookie arm suggests inconsistent frame flow and run potential. Leg 3 Rodon over 6.5 kiloseconds. Correlation lock in with over total and structural control play. Leg 4 Judge HR. High ceiling payoff bat to swing the ticket wide. Lean ticket. Yankees ML plus over 8.5 runs, structure first and low variance. Upside add. Soto TB over 1.5 for layered ROI. Game flow projection. Rodon strikes early, misses bats, builds Ks. Yanks Nick runs via Judge or Soto. Gomez struggles mid-frame. Sosa scratches hit but stalls. Yankees pen locks tight. Over hits given run flow. ML stands, props align. Tonight at Kauffman Stadium, the Kansas City Royals 69-65 host the Detroit Tigers 78-57 in a showdown loaded with structural betting value. On the surface, the Tigers' record suggests control, but the Royals are a resurgent underdog unit, riding momentum with sharp bats and improved bullpen form. Let's dig down. Pitching matchup and analytics. Kansas City sends Seth Lugo, 8-6, 3.99 ERA, to the mound, a seasoned veteran with elite command, ground ball efficiency, and veteran polish. Lugo quietly performs under market radar, his value amplified when structural edges pool. Detroit counters with Chris Paddock, 5-11, 4.98 ERA, a high-variance right-hander with swing and miss talent mixed with wildness. Under his flag, expectations should wedge for the Royals' bats. Bullpen contrast and leverage. Kansas City's bullpen is humming. Closer Aroldis Chapman and setup arms deliver strikeout heat and low inherited run damage. Detroit's relief core is spotty, prone to elevated whips and HR risk in high-leverage moments. That dynamic sets the Royals up as asymmetric props value and team total advantage, especially in tight scoring scripts. Offense profiles and hot streaks. The Royals have heated up. Royals Review notes an 8-2 homestand turnaround, powered by clutch hitting from Vinny Pasquantino and bullpen consistency. Lighting hopes. Detroit leans on Riley Green, .266 AVG, .514 SLG, 99 RBI, and his heavy bat atop the lineup. Their offense runs hot that can shift game flow, but against a command pitcher like Lugo, volleys may dampen. Betting trends and market angles. Historical series favors the Tigers. They've taken majority matchups this year. But bold sleeper trends jump out. Royals are 33-23 as ML favorites, 58.9% win rate. Tigers convert 62.4% of their ML favorite games. Totals are tracking over heavy in Royals' recent home games, 26 of last 66 over, signaling trending volatility. This opens the door for well-structured props and small leak underdog bets. Player prop highlights. Seth Lugo over 5.5 kiloseconds, elite control plus ground retention calls within the zone. Chris Paddock under 5.5 kiloseconds, command risk and high contact exposure. Riley Green anytime HR, power bat with RBI upside and mass barrel profile. Pasquantino over 1.5 total bases, on fire with consistent extra base contact. Brady Singer over 0.5 hits, consistent contact bat with predictive follow-through. SGP, parlay blueprint. Leg 1 Royals ML plus VA value, structure anchor on hot team, pitcher edge, and public underexposure. Leg 2 over 8.5 total runs, volatility edge, hot bats, HR trends at home. Leg 3 Lugo over 5.5 kiloseconds, strikeout leverage in controlled script. Leg 4 Green Hour, potential high payoff unlock. Lean variant. Royals ML plus over 8.5 runs, tight structure, low variance. Optional high juice add. Pasquantino TB1 plus is correlated offensive safety. Projected game flow. Lugo sets the tone. Efficient early frames, mid-speed Ks inked. Royals sweat pressure with early crooked runs via Green or Pasquantino. Paddock finds himself in pitchers' counts. Tigers produce but tempo slows. Penn stifles late Tigers chase. Over hits, ML rides, props deliver. Tonight at Minute Maid Park, the Houston Astros 73-60 face off against the Los Angeles Angels 62-71 in what looks like a mismatched tilt, but Vegas value often lives in the shadows. For sharp bettors, this game offers obscure prop plays and structure edge opportunities underneath the deceptively simple narrative. Pitching matchup and analytics. The Angels will counter with Tyler Anderson, 2-8, 4.73 ERA, a crafty southpaw riding inconsistent mojo this season. His ERA masks some elite command moments, but his K% and home run susceptibility tell a shaky story. On the other side, the Astros hand the ball to Lance McCullers Jr. 2-4, 6.89 ERA, 1.80 whip, a comeback arm returning from injury with electric stuff but struggling with consistency. According to ESPN Analytics, the Astros hold a 54% chance to win, placing them as slight favorites. Bullpen strength and leverage. Houston's bullpen runs deep, anchored by elite arms that can smother late-game threats, perfect for managing volatility when McCullers or Anderson exit early. The Angels' bullpen, however, is a mixed bag, with higher whip and HR rates, granting Houston edge in both control and late innings scripts. Offensive profiles and trends. Offensively, Houston leans on Jose Altuve, 22-hour, and J. Pena, .307 AVG, contact-weighted bats with explosive upside. The Angels ride Taylor Ward, 30 HR, 94 RBI, and Zach Neto, .270 AVG, consistent, but vulnerable in Houston's Power Park. While Fox Sports signals Astros as favorites at around -169 and an 8-run total, deeper value lies in prop structuring rather than chasing ML. Betting angles and insight. Team rankings. Matchup page shows tight ATS lines and slight over-lean movement, reflecting low confidence in high-scoring fireworks. Pick dog style logic typically leans on underdog value when run totals are tight and favorite bullpens dominate, intonating small contrarian edges tonight. Player prop highlights. McCullers Jr. Over 5.5 kiloseconds, elite swing and miss potential post-recovery. Tyler Anderson under 4.5 kiloseconds, contact-heavy arm with limited upside. Taylor Ward anytime HR, consistent power bat with plus home run profile. Jose Altuve over 1.5 total bases, dependable barrel and contact guy in tight frames. Same game parlay SGP strategy. Leg 1 Astros ML. Anchor bet built on bullpen and roster depth. Leg 2 under 8.5 total runs. Control style scenario likely with two inconsistent arms. Leg 3 McCullers Jr. Over 5.5 kiloseconds. High ceiling pick, complements under logic. Leg 4 Ward Hour optional, high plus play if you're banking on power windows. Conservative lean. Astros ML plus under 8.5 structured and low variance. Upside add. Altuve TB1 plus for correlation stability. Fictional game flow. McCullers dazzles early, missing barrels and stacking Ks. Astros score via Altuve's soft hit barrel. Anderson struggles with counts. Ward unleashes a solo shot mid-inning. Houston Penn locks down the exit. Under holds, ML lands, props fatten the wallet. Tonight at Target Field, the San Diego Padres 75-59 take on the Minnesota Twins 59-73 in a cross-divisional clash loaded with hidden edges. On the surface, this looks like a Padres walk, but when you break down pitching volatility, bullpen splits, and prop leverage, the value map gets interesting. Pitching matchup and advanced analytics. The Padres send Nestor Cortes, 2-2, 4.66 ERA, 1.34 whip, to the mound, a crafty lefty whose outing logs reveal short stints and low strikeout volume but control first structure. For Minnesota, Zebby Matthews, 3-4, 5.30 ERA, 1.52 whip, takes the ball, a righty fresh off a 52.2 IP stretch allowing 62 hits, 67 strikeouts, and a skeleton of ERA that screams overhead risk. ESPN's predictive model slots San Diego at 54.1% win probability, not overwhelming, but enough to anchor a strategy with upside. Bullpen contrast and strategic leverage. San Diego's bullpen is elite. Ranked first in MLB for ERA at 3.01 and stellar in high leverage efficiency, anchored by Robert Suarez's 43 saves and top-tier whip. Minnesota's pen ranks 22nd with a 4.26 ERA, 1.36 whip, and a 56.8% save rate, with tendency to blow late-game pressure. That gap tilts value toward sharp props and the under-leveraged underdog, especially if Cortes exits early. Offensive profiles and betting narrative. Manny Machado leads San Diego with .288 AVG, 21 HR, and 78 RBI, the team's power anchor. Minnesota counters with Byron Buxton, whose 27-hour and .539 SLG add crooked number potential. That said, Twins' offense is streaky, whereas the Padres bring balanced contact and OBP, smart correlation for ML value when structured carefully. Market dynamics and value angles. Odds Shark positions Padres as slight favorites with total around 8-8.5 runs, a range suggesting patient action over abrupt swings. Pick Dog's style trend framing often leans under on totals when bullpens diverge, especially in close games. Additionally, Cortes's pattern of shorter outings and Matthews' contact risk flag X-controlled sets like team totals and pitcher props for value. Player prop edges. Cortes over 4.5 kiloseconds. Soft contact Twins chase early, K volume underrated. Matthews under 4.5 kiloseconds. Poor K profile paired with control leaks. Manny Machado anytime HR. High floor bat against lefty exposure. Byron Buxton over 1.5 total bases. Heavy contact and juice. High correlation value. Fernando Tatis Jr. 1+ hit. Stabilizer if you want lean offense support. SGP, parlay blueprint. Leg 1 Padres ML plus value anchor built on bullpen edge, home offensive structure. Leg 2 under 8.5 total runs. Conservative game flow lean with 2 control starters and bullpen contrast. Leg 3 Cortes over 4.5 kiloseconds. High value strikeout leg in tight script. Leg 4 Machado HR, high upside swing bat. Lean ticket. Padres ML plus under 8.5 runs, low variance, high structure. High juice option. Add Buxton TB over 1.5 for cross structure lift. Game flow projection. Cortes grinds early. Padres get crooked runs via Machado or Tatis. Matthews cracks. Twins fake rally with Buxton yet stall under pen pressure. Padres bullpen dominates. Under hits, ML stands, props pay. Tonight under the glittering lights of Coors Field, the Chicago Cubs 76-56 face off against the Colorado Rockies 38-95 in Game 12 of the MLB slate. On paper, this matchup feels like an easy Cubs tick, but savvy bettors know that Coors' altitude, Rockies' newfound bullpen life, and prop architecture could mask real edges. Pitching matchup and analytics. Chicago hands the ball to Cade Horton, 8-4, 2.88 ERA, 1.16 whip, a rising righty with elite command and K upside, solid anchor quality for tight tickets. Colorado counters with German Marquez, 3-11, 5.67 ERA, 1.64 whip, a big arm returning from a long injury layoff with control question marks. According to ESPN's analytical model, the Cubs carry a 71.3% win probability into this tilt. Fading precision edges could spark value elsewhere. Bullpen firepower and leverage. While Colorado has endured a season-long pitching abyss, recent trade deadline shifts have sparked a rocky rebound, specifically through late-game flamethrowers like Vodnik stepping into save duty with 1.98 ERA over recent outings. That sets up intriguing value when examining team totals and bullpen props. Chicago's bullpen stabilizes the equation. They've held opponents solidly post-game, with standout young arms earning trust deep into games. Offensive profiles and team context. At Coors Field, offensive volatility spikes. The Cubs bring reliable power and contact through Pete Crow Armstrong, 28 HR, .256 AVG. And Seiya Suzuki, 27 HR, .243 AVG, 87 RBI, weapons built for altitude explosions. The Rockies rely on Hunter Goodman, 26 HR, .272 AVG, the lone elite bat capable of tilting in soft contact games. At the same time, the Cubs lead the MLB in hits, runs, and RBIs, a sign of structural offensive synergy that can overload even Coors volatility. Betting trends and sharp angles. Bleacher Nation data notes deep Cubs dominance, virtually glazed series performance and strong wagering voting across lines. But Coors' environment flips expectations. Under totals hit more often than you'd expect in this stretch, especially when bullpens are sharp. That's a clear value play. Player prop highlights. Horton over 5.5 kiloseconds. Elite control plus air-rich chase window sets this as top value strikeout leg. Marquez under 4.5 kiloseconds. Questionable command and contact-heavy toolkit limit upside. Crow Armstrong HR. Atmospheric power bat in sight for Coors pivots. Goodman over 0.5 hits. Reliable asset in soft contact scripts and unemployed quite often. SGP, parlay blueprint. Leg 1 Cubs ML. Foundation play anchored in pitcher match, offense depth, and expected control. Leg 2 under 9.5 total runs. Hits Coors but moderate pacing and bullpen variance shrinks total. Leg 3 Horton over 5.5 kiloseconds. Strikeout leverage in controlled structure. Leg 4 Crow Armstrong hour optional leveraged payoff bat if game opens early. Lean structure. Cubs ML plus under 9.5, conservative, efficient edge. Leverage add. Goodman 1 plus hit for correlated offense boost. Game flow projection. Horton starts firm. Misses barrels early, builds strikeout count. Cubs carve crooked runs via Crow Armstrong. Marquez cracks mid-inning. Rockies answer but pen leaks. Total stays moderate despite Coors. ML holds, props align, ticket wins. Tonight, at Sutter Health Park, the Oakland Athletics 63-72 host the Texas Rangers 68-67 in what looks like a sneaky high-stakes contest amid the closing sprint of August. Despite the Rangers having the upper record, Oakland's home dynamics, lineup resurgence, and Texas's inconsistency under certain arms give us real edges to exploit. Pitching matchup and analytics. Texas goes with Jack Leiter, 8-7, 3.81 ERA, a polished arm who has quietly stabilized his round, particularly with strong early innings and above-average spin. Oakland counters with Jeffrey Springs, 10-8, 4.27 ERA, a soft contact veteran whose results have outpaced his peripherals. His return from injury has seen plus secondary pitches, but elevated whip and HR rates leave us room to fade volume lines. Models lean Texas slightly ahead but not enough to disregard nuanced structure cues. Bullpen strength and leverage. Texas retains a rock-solid bullpen with elite late-inning arms, tightening high-leverage scripts. Oakland's pen has dialed up some efficiency recently, but their vulnerability to hours and blow-ups persists, matchups leaning toward over or props tied to early scoring windows. Wager talk style framing warns these matchups often hide value beyond the moneyline, especially through bullpen volatility narratives. Offensive firepower and context. Texas brings offensive muscle, with Corey Seager anchoring consistent contact and power. Oakland relies on a midseason surge, fueled by Nick Kurtz .400 plus AVG, .800 plus SLG, and breakout catcher Shea Langeliers 16 hours since the break. Though the A's typically lag in scoring, Their recent form suggests ceiling upside, especially if Texas's pen flakes early in this interdivisional tilt. Betting market and tactical angles. Historic data aligns with structural value. Rangers have won around 65% as favorites, while Athletics, as underdogs, still offer respectable 43% win rate, in spots where public pricing misses the swing. Models highlight this series has strong over trends, especially given both teams' bullpen inconsistencies and the live power elements in MLB matchups. Standout prop angles. Lighter over 5.5 kiloseconds. Reliable K-arm facing a contact-oriented offense with chase tendencies. Springs under 5.5 kiloseconds. Command depressed and exposure ready, low ceiling. Nick Kurtz hour. Value bat riding breakout structure cycles. Seager over 1.5 total bases. Consistently productive off elite contact platform. SGP, parlay strategy. Leg 1 Athletics ML or plus 1.5, value via structure edge and contrarian lean. Leg 2 over 9 total runs, volatile bullpen pairings, elevated HR risk lean high. Leg 3 lighter over 5.5 kiloseconds, strikeout leverage in controlled script. Leg 4 Kurtz hour, high reward swing leg, correlated with game volatility. Lean ticket. Athletics ML plus over 9 runs, tight structure with hidden value. Upside addition. Seager TB over 1.5 for added correlation. Tonight at Dodger Stadium, the Los Angeles Dodgers 77-57 host the Arizona Diamondbacks 65-69 in a marquee matchup loaded with narrative value, prop depth, and structural opportunity. The Dodgers carry prestige and a record edge, but in the right spots, including bullpen quality, pitching volatility, and prop edges, they leave cracks that sharp eyes and structured plays can crack wide open. Starting pitching and team dynamics. The Dodgers drop Blake Snell, 3-2, 1.97 ERA, onto the bump, a lefty who dominates strike zones and misses contact with elite stuff. Across from him is Zach Gallen, 9-13, 5.13 ERA, Arizona's volume arm who runs high innings with above-average K ability but elevated home run and walk rates. ESPN projects a 73.2% win chance for the Dodgers, reinforcing expected dominance, but smart bettors know that edge can fuel targeted prop plays rather than away margin blinds. Run line and over/under trends. The series total has consistently hovered around 9 runs. Team rankings data indicates that Dodgers games at home have gone over in 36 of their last 68 games, suggesting scoring is baked into expectation, but the dynamic shifts if Gallen flashes control or Snell falters in elevated pitch count frames. A fragmented structure bet may yield more edge than analyzing sides alone. Bullpen leverage and structural contours. Law's late-inning bullpen remains sturdy, providing support if Snell exits early or the offense stalls. Arizona's bullpen has thus far struggled with control and hours, which correlates to Felix on total regression and upside in firm Dodgers offense. Scenarios with tight early innings but volatile late frames are the home of clean prop structures. Offensive talent and player prop levers. Dodgers carry multi-tier threats. Shohei Ohtani, 45 HR, 0.278 AVG, Freddie Freeman, 0.302 AVG, 0.501 SLG, and Mookie Betts, all power contact duels built for swing value correlators. Arizona's upside rests with Corbin Carroll, 27 HR, who sparks intermittent upside but A's environment suppresses upside in high strikeout zones. Prop-specific angles and trends. Snell over 6.5 kiloseconds, elite swing and miss boom, especially early against high chase lineups. Gallen under 5.5 kiloseconds, volume-based with soft contact ceiling, offering hard fade value. Ohtani anytime HR, Tomatoes power, Coors Light plate design, explosive structure bat. Freeman over 1.5 total bases, everyday bat with batting discipline and extra base form. FanDuel trends show Dodgers win approximately 62% when favored, with games often going over, lending prop corridor logic. Dodgers ML isn't bad, but structure-driven plays combining props and totals may amplify ROI. SGP, parlay structure. Leg 1. Dodgers ML, anchor with defensive bulwark and leadoff value. Leg 2. Snell over 6.5 kiloseconds, tight structure correlation. Leg 3. Over 9 total runs, aligns with offensive tendencies and bullpen volatility. Leg 4. Ohtani HR, high upside leg with payoff sprout. Lean ticket. Dodgers ML plus Snell over 6.5 kiloseconds, lower variance, solid edge. Juice version. Add Freeman TB or Ohtani HR for lineup correlation. Narrative game path. Snell runs deep with early Ks, Dodgers scratch crooked runs via Ohtani or Freeman. Gallen wobbles mid-inning. Bullpen squeaks but Dodgers pen locks. Over hits. ML stands, props cash. Tonight at Oracle Park, the San Francisco Giants 65-68 host the Baltimore Orioles 60-73 for a pivotal late-season tilt. The records suggest a middle-of-the-road affair, but beneath the surface lies structured value, clever prop plays, bullpen gaps, and pitcher analytics all waiting to be leveraged. Pitching matchup and analytics. The Orioles will send Dean Kramer, 9.9, 4.19 ERA, 1.23 WHIP, to the mound. He's consistently middle tier, capable of decent length but vulnerable to elevated batted ball outcomes. The Giants are undisclosed in the sources, but the implied edge going in leans toward home pitching adjustments and matchup leverage. Balancing both sides suggests smart betting lies in props and team totals, not just outright lines. Run environment and offensive context. Team stats show Baltimore averages 4.3 runs per game with 8.240 AVG, while San Francisco posts 4.1 runs with a marginally lower batting average yet competitive peripheral impact. The O's hit more home runs, 159 versus 134, suggesting power Jags could influence the total. Betting trends and historical edge. The Giants are 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games, signaling recent efficiency, while the Orioles have gone just 25-32 as moneyline favorites, winning only 43.9%, indicating value lies on the road underdog or total leans, not the chalk. Player prop opportunities and leverage. Dean Kramer over 5.5 kiloseconds. He's struck out 127 batters in 152 innings, over 7.5 K, 9, setting up a high-value strikeout bet. Giants batter over 1.5 total bases. Hitters like Willie Adams 22 HR, .402 SLG, and Rafael Devers .479 SLG can supply extra base consistency. Gunnar Henderson anytime hour. With 16 homers and solid AVG, he's a sharp leverage bat if he can tap into Coors Light batsphere effect at Oracle. Bullpen and structural angles. While injury reports show Oakland's bullpen already taxed, San Francisco's consistency in late frames, historically, suggests reliability in tight slots over regressed Orioles depth. SGP, parlay blueprint. Leg 1. Over 8.5 total runs, leveraging power trends and injury impacts. Leg 2. Kramer over 5.5 kiloseconds, sharp K leg with edge over mispriced ceiling. Leg 3. Adams 1+ total base or Henderson HR, correlated bat value tied to breakout possibilities. Leg 4 optional Orioles plus 1.5, low juice structure hedge if you want spread buffer. Lean ticket. Over 8.5 runs plus Kramer over 5.5 kiloseconds, low variance, high ROI. Upside add. Add Adams TB 1+ for stacking correlation. Game flow projection. Kramer collects early Ks. Offense opens. Oriole power jumps into run count. Bullpen instability injects volatility. Underrated bats like Adams flex. Over 8.5 hits. SGP lands. If you love deep analysis, betting insights, and breakdowns that go way past the highlight reels, then hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and turn on notifications, because here at Beyond the Box Score, we don't just watch the game, we own them.